Good morning, students. I, Professor Basavaraj Koruche. Today, we would be discussing about in business law, module 2, video number 2. We will be discussing about immoral agreements. Now, many times we enter into some or the other agreements and they are treated as immoral in the eyes of law. At that point of time, we are supposed to say these kind of agreements are void agreements. Whenever these kind of agreements we enter into, these agreements are treated as void agreements. Therefore, we should not enter into any such agreement which are void in the eyes of law. Void means which are not recognizable or which are not lawful. Therefore, these agreements are against the law. Today, we will see the 4 immoral agreements which are stated by Indian Contract Act. In that, first one is sexual immorality. Many times, these kind of agreements which we enter into are, if they are sexual immorally, they are void agreements. For example, we have seen in the bracket, illicit means bekaideshir, illegal, cohabitation or concubines means upapatni or sahapatni or prostitution. These kind of acts are immoral in the eyes of law, because of which these acts or these agreements are treated as immoral and these agreements cannot be enforced by law. So here, for example, if we want to see for sexual immorality, X agrees to let her daughter to hire to Y for concubine. The agreement is void because it is sexually immoral. So these kind of agreements are immoral in the eyes of law and these kind of agreements cannot be enforced by law. Hence, these agreements will be treated as immoral agreements and they are void. After that, we have furtherance of sexual immorality. Furtherance means fudenene or taking forward. Now, if we are taking forward any act or any agreement with an intention to do sexual immoralities, these kind of agreements or these kind of contracts we can say as illegal or immoral agreements which are void in the eyes of law. So these agreements we treat as void agreements. For example of this, we can see a man knowingly lets his house to a prostitute for immoral purpose. For example, one case had happened, Chogalal versus Piyasi. In this case, Chogalal had given his house on rent to Piyasi and she was using this house for prostitution. And at that point of time, she did not pay rent to Chogalal. And Chogalal filed a case that she is not paying rent because she was using the house for immoral agreements. Then he could not recover his rent. Therefore, any agreement or any furtherance of sexual immorality, knowingly if we do, these acts are immoral acts and these agreements are treated as immoral agreements and these agreements cannot be enforced by law. Therefore, they are void agreements. After that, the third point is interference with material relations. Now, interference with material relations with means, for example, we can take M gave rupees 10,000 to N a married woman to enable her to take divorce and marry to M. Means Mr. M gave 10,000 rupees to N, who was already married, and tells her to take divorce and marry Mr. N. So here M could not recover the money advance given to N because the object of the agreement was interference with material relationship or marital relationship. Now here, if a person is married to somebody and if someone gives or interference in somebody's married life, at that point of time these kind of agreements are void. If someone agrees to disturb the married life of somebody and takes some money and do such acts, these kind of acts are treated as immoral agreements and they are void in the eyes of law. This was by Bijli versus Nansa Nagar case, wherein one person had given money to a lady to take divorce and to marry some other person. So at that point of time, these kind of agreements are void because they are interfering in somebody's married life, and these kind of agreements are void in the eyes of law. After that, we have fourth point, such act which are against good public morale. Now, any act which is against the good public morale, these kind of acts or these kind of agreements are treated as illegal or immoral, therefore they are void in the eyes of law. An agreement for future marriage after the first wife expires is against public moral and it is void. These kind of agreements which are done, or if we enter into any agreement of this kind, these agreements are treated as immoral agreements and therefore these agreements cannot be enforced by law. And any agreement which is not enforceable by law, these agreements are treated as void agreement and it is not implicable. Therefore, we should not enter into any such agreement which are immoral agreements and which are against the public or good public morale. So, we as an individuals, we should not enter into any such agreement which are immoral and which are against the law. So, in today's class, we shall stop here. If you have any doubts, any queries, any questions, you all can feel free to contact me at any point of time. In tomorrow's class, we shall discuss the agreements opposed to public policy. For now, we shall stop here. Thank you. Good day.